All right. What's up, guys? Hopefully people can hear me. I have a little bit of time left. I was like, I'm gonna tell this story while I clean my tools, and I'm almost done cleaning my tools. So I'm like, oh shit, okay. Anyways, here's the story. Um, for for groomers, for younger groomers who are thinking maybe, like I need a shop, I need my own shop, I need my own business or storefront, because that's what's gonna make me look successful, things like that. You really don't. And sometimes bigger is not always better, especially in the case of dog grooming, in my opinion. When I had my own shop down in Buckhead, the rent was $5,000 a month, and then I had to pay, ta what you call that? What do they call that? Taxes and cam. Hey, good morning, Tennessee Granny Sue. What's up, Sue? Anyways, sorry to put your name out there like that. I'm sorry, Tennessee Granny. And she doesn't live in Tennessee, and she's not a granny, and her name's not Sue. Anyways, um, let me try to stay on topic. What's up, Debbie? So when I had my shop, and I thought it made me look like a successful person, right? I went in debt. I was buried in debt, and I eventually lost the shop. I eventually, got out of debt. Anyways, now what I do, and I had hundreds of clients. My client list, I had hundreds. Now I have about less than 50. I think I have like 42. And I'm busy. Every single day I'm busy. I'm working every single day. Um, Kind of in secret, you know, but I like it this way. Because now I get to go home. I'm doing the whole single dad thing. I work. I go home to my kids. I take care of them. And I don't know how anybody who's taking care of their kids, if you have more than one kid, even if you have one kid, if you're taking care of your kids and pets in your house, I don't see how anyone has any time to do anything else. Like wow, I have a lot of respect for people who create content and they're raising a family. Holy cow! Because I have time for nothing else. You know what I'm saying? Anyways, let me get back to the story because I'm almost okay. So here's a story that I heard when I was younger, and it always stuck with me. And it really, I understand the meaning of it even more now that I've gone through everything I've gone through. Like 15, 20 years later, I'm like, wow, that story makes so much sense now. I heard it when I was a teenager. So here it goes. My cousin from Korea, when he came, mid 90s, early 2000s, he told me the story about a ramen shop guy. In Korean, we say namyeon, but it's ramen noodles. And so this old man had a ramen stand next to a college, next to a university in Korea. And every day, these college students would line up to eat his ramen noodles because they were just so good. And this old man had a line, down the street every day, and then as soon as he ran out of ingredients, he would close up shop and he would leave for the day. And these people would travel from, you know, far away from different towns, different villages. They would travel to just stand in line just for a chance to eat his ramen because there's a chance you might stand in line all day and you won't get served because if he runs out of ingredients, that's it. He closes up and goes home. All right. And so this guy was like a legend. And what happened was these investors heard about it. They saw what was going on. They're like, there's a chance to make a lot of money here. So they offered him a lot of money to use his name, his image, branding, and open up a ramen shop just around the corner, right there. But it's going to be a brick and mortar shop, a real restaurant, and he's gonna charge, and they're gonna make a lot of money branding him, right, marketing him, because obviously he's done a spectacular job on his own, just rumors, just word of mouth. And so these investors are like, this is easy money. So they spent a lot of money, millions maybe, opening up this restaurant, branding him, marketing, and it failed eventually because it just didn't taste the same. There was something about the broth, something about the way he made it. Maybe it was just the taste of his hands when he made it in his little stand. Something about it just didn't. it didn't resonate with the people who used to stand in line. Now they can get seated. There's plenty of tables. There might even be a little wait. And it looked like he's successful now. He made it, but they actually all went out of business. They all lost their money because there was something special about that stand. It was the line that made it special, you know. And maybe there was nothing even special about the ramen, the new, because he made the noodles by hand. He made the broth, but from scratch. Maybe it tasted the same as some old lady would have made it, but like grandma, like maybe it doesn't even compare to grandma's ramen, but for some reason standing in line like that and getting it from that stand with all the people around, maybe that was the magic. Who knows? But once he scaled, it didn't work, right? And I think I'm blessed now to do I went the opposite route. I started with that really expensive brick and mortar shop, Horrific Spa. They were right. It is a head scratcher. It is a tongue twister. What a horrible name. I thought it was so clever, Horrific Spa. Anyways, yeah, I started with the brick and mortar shop. Fancy couches, the lobby looked all fancy. I put a lot of money into it, and it failed. And now it's almost like I'm doing like this ramen stand, and I have a long wait list. And a lot of people on that wait list may never even get their dogs groomed by me, you know? But just word of mouth, and now I'm busy and I'm just doing like a ramen stand. And guess what? When I'm done with these dogs here, I go home. I pack up and I go home because I need to take care of my daughters because they're only going to be young this one time and I want to spend that time with them. I want to play Smash with them, Super Smash Brothers, and I was horrible at it, but the more I play, I actually won a tournament. I think they let me win because they saw how frustrated I get when I just get dominated and they just whoop. Anyways, but yeah, I want to spend time with them. We go on walks with the dogs, like I just realized like the simpler life. Why did I want to be famous? Why did I want all that? Why did I want to be rich and famous and all this stuff? Because I thought it was going to make me happy. I realize now that's not going to make you happy. I mean, maybe excited, but we mistake excitement for happiness. Excitement doesn't last. You get something new and exciting, and then what? Then you have to find that new exciting thing. But happiness is something that comes from within, and it has everything to do with how you want to experience your time here. Anyways, I'm getting long-winded. All my tools are clean. I got to get started. But I hope that helps, right? That story of the ramen noodle, that ramen shop story really resonates with me now. Maybe the magic is my wait list and the fact that I only do a limited number of dogs and I take my time and it's like made from scratch, handmade from scratch, all my grooms. You know what I'm saying? And there's really nothing special about it, but if I try to scale and maybe it won't work out. Maybe this is the magic, keeping it small. Smaller is better, maybe. Just like Seth Godin says, instead of trying to make a mediocre impact on the masses, make the biggest impact possible on the smallest group viable. He doesn't say the smallest group possible because the smallest group possible is one. And if you're only making an impact on one person, you're wasting your time probably. You've got to work on your craft. Try to, but the smallest number viable where you can earn a living and you can sustain yourself and continue your craft and continue to service your clients to the best of your ability the next day because you're taken care of, right? So make sure you have enough to where you're taken care of, but then serve them to the best of your ability. Make the biggest impact possible on the smallest group viable. And that's, I think, how to have a impactful, meaningful, fulfilling existence, I think. Anyways, I hope that helps. See you guys.